News Now Cleveland here, everyone. Yo, whoever's here, can you hear me good? Says there's one person here, so who's here? Oh, never mind. No one's here now. Yay. Things being stupid. Okay. Yo, yeah, Richard, I'm talking about here, like the number that I posted. You see it or not? Anybody can call in. I mean, I don't know if you can you hear me good. Just wanted to make sure because I have the thing at the window. You know, it's fresh air. I have the window open. You guys can look out there in the driveway. Nothing super fancy. Okay. Anybody ready to call in? It's just compared to stalkers and them. They're a bunch of retards. But hey, for anyone that's here, got a funny thing for you guys. Um, so compared to one of his stalkers, you need a car or a license to visit the DMV. So here goes the thing that I think is funny though. Like where do you get your license at? Does anybody that's here, where do you get them at? Oh yeah, there is a shit ton of trolls. Yes, that is one thing I would have to say. But I think it's just kind of funny. This man, he thinks he's a grown man, but you can't go to the DMV without a car or a license. So how do you go to the DMV then to get your license in the first place if you don't have your license? You can't go, I guess then. And his logic, you can't. Very much so, there, Richard. Very much so. But hey, we're gonna have a little fun today, though, and shit. Oh, it's very crazy logic. We're gonna have a couple drinks tonight. Shit, I mean, hey, Richard, if you want to, if you want, you can call in. I don't care if you want to do yourself and shit. It's up to you. Oh, while we're at it though, I got something for you guys. What's up, Gary? This right here, that's one of the numbers that is his little groupies. Everybody can see it. That 440 number is to call in this way, Yo Gary. If you wanted to, say if anybody wants to call in, it's open. I mean, Stalkers was gonna call in, but we'll find out. I'm leaving the phone lines open for anybody to want to call in. Really, I don't care. Call in, say what you guys say. It's going to be all live anyways. The two numbers I put here, though, just like last minute or so, whatever, those are the two numbers of the stalkers, though. Don't know who they are. One's a female. The 468 is a female. And the 584 is some dude, I believe. So it's just a bunch of fucking retards is what they are. Text messages, yeah. I mean, that's like a Google number right there. Anyways, that number, my number. So I don't care if anybody has it. I know they showed up to my house before too, though. The one has. He's actually showed up to my house a few different times. One of the things that's funny though for everybody that's here and shit is compared to oh no, his name this never it's never good, but compared to him and all his little friends, here goes one of the latest messages from his one friend. Let's see. So compared to him, it's all good, G. But compared to one of his friends, that because Tommy does the tattoos for cops and judges, he gets away with breaking the law. He gets away with sleeping with his own daughter and threatening to kill people and kidnapping people. He can't be charged with the crime because he does tattoos for people. That's their logic too, which I think is funny. Ugh. Is anybody else live? I'm surprised, only 7 people are here. Oh, I didn't realize somebody was live. I chose the wrong time to go live. Man, Brian King is live. I didn't realize that. Yeah, if anybody's over there watching both streams, tell them I said hello. So where are you from, Geary? Nah, I was asking. So, I have a friend of mine I played the game with that he spells his name the same way. Well, his first name is spelled the same way. So what are you drinking now? Since you said you're slightly impaired, or are you not drinking? Yeah. Yes, you will, Richard. Everybody would hear you live. Everybody that's watching, at least. Well, at least if they can hear you. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to hear you. My volume's at 60. If I have to, I'll bring the phone closer. Or I could bring the computer closer to the phone, either or. And don't worry, I'm not going to put your number out there. As long as you ain't a troll, that's the only thing I have to tell you that now. I'm going to give you a fair warning. If you're a troll, then yes, I will be putting that number out there. That goes to anybody that's watching. I am too, actually, Jay. I am actually really surprised. I would have figured I've already had about 50 calls by now. I've been up for 17 minutes. I mean, I'm probably not going to keep the video up. You know, yeah, we could, like I said, we just all bullshit talk. You know, whatever happens, happens. Oh, I would believe it. Okay. I see what you're talking about, Gary. About that. And good shit then over there, Richard. So where are you from anyways, Richard? Because I've never seen you around before. And, since I believe you said you was new earlier to the channels and stuff. Oh. Europe and Canada. Oh, damn. I thought you was in the States, to be honest. Because when you was talking about possibility calling in. You have a channel to troll trolls. Hey. Everybody needs a channel to troll the trolls. You know the thing I love about these trolls? And I hope they're watching. I really do. And I really hope they are. And I want you to remember this clearly. You troll us because of our rights to record in public and public officials. But ask yourself this question right here. If you went to court over something, are you going to fight that case? Or are you just going to walk in there like a sheep and just bend over and be like, yes, Your Honor, shove it up my asshole? Because if you fight for your rights in the court of law, don't open your mouth about us recording. Take that into consideration, people. I really want you to. Take that right there into consideration. For any reason, whatever you decide that you want to troll somebody for over the recording, make sure you don't practice your rights ever. Because if we are not allowed to have our rights because you think it's a joke and you want to be a total dick, then remember those words. Your rights don't matter either. You can't get it both ways because that makes you a hypocrite then. He can't be, oh yeah, you can have your rights, but I need mine. Because that's why my stalkers are coming after me. So hey Gary, if you don't mind me asking, do you know what your vision is by chance for your eyesight stuff? Oh, Jay, that is an understatement. The worst stalkers. Them motherfucker people are beyond worse. And people are on a new level of stupidity. Which one? You talk about the Monkai ones where they came and jumped him, the 6 people? Is this your other, Yeah, I remember which one you're talking about. I mean, it's kind of the same. Actually, I would have to say they're in the same page. Actually, the only difference is Monkai actually did get kind of scuffed up a little bit there when they all showed up on, when they all rode up on him like they did. He did get scuffed up. Okay, because no, the reason I was asking is I got an injury in my my right eye a couple years ago. I broke my eye socket over a bike accident, and I didn't realize that it needed to be surgically repaired, and I just let it heal on its own. I never thought nothing of it. So I was like, whatever, you know, shit happens. And I went to the eye doctors about 2 years ago, and I had my appointment done, checked out everything else, you know, the whole 9 yards. And they said my eyesight in my right eye is one shy step of being blind. If it gets any worse, I'll be blind in my right eye permanently. Like, it can't get worse than what it's at. That's all I remember the numbers. I think it's like, and from what I looked up, and shit is, oh yeah, for sure, Jay. Honestly. From when I was looking up, I guess like the eyesight before blindness is like 20 of 100, 20 over 150. I guess is what I found is like the step before blindness. Because anything over that is pretty much you're blind. Now my left eye is 20/20, which is awkward. My fucking eyes are backwards, literally. I'm blind in one eye and perfect vision in the other. So it's like, fuck. My body can't make up its mind. Ugh. Oh, that's the greatest I've ever heard right there. It's like an acid trip times 2, and I like it. Well, damn. Never done acid, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, true there, Jay. One eye is better than no eyes. And shit. That's all that matters to me. One eye is better than no eyes. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting night. Ugh. So what you guys want to talk about? Somebody pick a topic. Let's just chat it up for a little while. I didn't even know that you guys have people up there recording, honestly. I figured Canada, or Canada, whatever you want to call it, what do I do for a living, Doug? I take care of my kid. I'm a stay-at-home dad. Well, here goes the thing, though, about Canadian police, though, actually, Jay. I was actually watching a video. And it's actually something really cool. I don't know if you guys remember it. Richard might remember it. The guy, I think it was in 2017, where he plowed into the people with his with that work van or whatever that he stole, killed like 4 people or 15 people or something like that. I don't remember how many death tolls happened exactly, what the death toll was about it. But I know Richard might know what I'm talking about. It was just recently too. When the cop showed up, the cop didn't pull his gun. The cop pulled out his taser and the baton. The dude just mowed over a whole bunch of people and killed a shit ton of people. And did nothing they didn't shoot him or nothing. They was able to talk him down after 15 minutes and was able to arrest the man. And he was charged with killing everybody he killed and blah, blah, blah. Now in the States, here's what's going to happen. You run over people, they're going to show up, they're going to unload magazines into you like you're a piece of block of Swiss cheese, and they're going to say, yep, it was justified, and case closed. It's like, I'm sorry, but, yeah, I think you guys need to take a picture out of their playbook. I mean, should a man be killed for what he did? Yeah, definitely. He should get the death penalty, but Canada doesn't believe in the death penalty, though. So he'll spend his rest of his life in prison until he dies. What's there to learn about me, Doug? Anyways, I'm just an average old person. Oh, yeah, definitely. To be honest, you use your vehicle, you should, yes. The one thing that I think is kind of funny, though, is the cops always use the excuse about they take people's guns for them when they show up to a scene or something because they don't like it, they don't feel comfortable, this, that, this, that, this, everything else. But here goes a problem. What about all those cars, though? I mean, there's a million cars on the road at any given time in the United States, probably. I mean, there's 340 million people, I believe, is our U.S. population. There's at least tens of millions of cars driving on the road at one given time. Why is not every one of those people in prison? Those cars are a deadly weapon. There's been people that use cars to blow up bombs all over the world. There's been people that use the cars to drive into crowds of people. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, because he was over the video that I seen of the cop arresting him wasn't even a body cam or nothing like that. It was like in an office building above the officer where you seen it all. If you know, I think you know which one. I'm hoping you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, but it wasn't Toronto and shit. Ugh. So, Doug, you still here? Why don't you call in if you want to? I mean, you wanted to talk or something. Oh, it's whatever. Yep. If you're heading out, Gary, I'll catch you around, man. Yeah, I'm born and raised here most of my life. I've done my share of travels out of the Cleveland area and lived in other locations. I lived all over the place. I lived at too many places to fucking count. Won't be here for much longer though. I'll be moving soon. I'm moving out of Ohio. And where I'm moving to, I'm not telling people. They'll find out when I'm there. That's all. Yeah, here goes one crazy thing though, Jay. There's something I was gonna say earlier, and I think I had my little brain, my little blind moment earlier today, and shit. Whatchamacallit, that same video that I'm talking about where the cop, no lethal force, no nothing. No, I'm not sure about any other ones, though, Richard. But that video though, they was talking about the lethal force and everything else, and it showed how the Canadian cop did what he did. He subdued the guy, gave him the time, the whole 9 yards, and shit. Well, the thing that's strange though, in the United States, cops in the United States are trained 56 to like 90 hours to shoot to kill. But you're only given like 10 hours of hand-to-hand combat training for non-lethal force. It's like, I'm sorry, but there's a big picture missing here. You say you don't get the job to kill people, but you're trained to kill people. Here goes the thing that's funny though, and I love this right here. For the police, the rules of engagement, if it looked like a gun, it was a gun. If I was in fear for my life, I had the right to kill you. And they get justified, they get cleared of all wrongdoing in 90% of the cases. But now here goes the thing that's funny. The rules of engagement for the United States military is only shoot when fired upon. You cannot take your gun out and shoot a person because they point a gun at you. You cannot shoot a person because they point a gun at your unit. You can only shoot if they fire at you first. By pointing the gun is not making it a threat. Yes, it is a threat, but it's not an immediate threat that you can take action on. And it's kind of and it's kind of hilarious that not even the cops won't even admit the bullshit. The military is very strict when it comes down to when you can fire on the enemy. You can't fire just because you want to fire at people. It just doesn't happen that way. But you cannot explain it to the cops. And that's the military. And they have really strict laws. But the cops is like, oh, he was in fear for his life, so he shot you 15 times. Dude. Like, not now, maybe later. He had a good point across. What he said earlier where he was at, I watched a little bit of his stuff back and forth. And he had a great point across what he was saying. When they shoot you and they unload into that motherfucking thing. It takes one bullet to stop a person. Like, come on now. What's the point of shooting all those extra rounds? You're guaranteed not to hit them with every one of those bullets. And then here goes the crazier part. You ready for this one? Which I think is funny. Some of those rounds, and there's been probably dozens of cases, maybe thousands in the United States every year, that one of them bullets hit a dog or hit a person, but it never made it to the news. You know why? They have to cover that bullshit up. And they cover that shit up so quick, it's like your head would spin. Because they can never admit to the public, yeah, we just unloaded at a suspect with like 14 rounds, but 2 of them went straight off and hit a little girl in the head and killed her. They won't ever admit that to the public. That shit was put under wraps. The family was given a large sum of money. And like, yep, that never happened, right? Correct? Yep. Okay, have a nice day. But they can't admit that, though. Because they admit that, it would literally show the United States will just be like, fuck you people. We're done with this shit. And it needs to happen, honestly. I'm surprised the Civil War hasn't broken out yet. Cops are a bunch of fucking pansies at times when it comes down to things. Like, the cops break the law more than anybody on the fucking planet probably does. Like he was saying earlier. Ugh. I'll have to look it up later on and everything else, Richard. And all that other stuff. I'm not trying to have too many tabs open right now. I already have 3 right now, so. Three tabs open and 6 shots in. So, fuck it. I'm game. I'm having fun. You know another thing that really pisses me off too? Oh yeah, definitely, Richard. Definitely. One of the things I was saying earlier though that's kind of funny. I went a video. I actually said it on not now maybe later's thing and shit. And I think it's funny is what's called the bullshit with with the cops killing people in the United States. Anytime a U.S. citizen is killed or civilian is killed, unarmed or not, it's mostly justified in most cases. And then, you know, you have that moment of, oh yeah, cop killed the person, it's on the news, blah, blah, blah. Yes, okay. Tragedy, people die every day, yes. Thousands of people die every day, yes. But this is what pisses me off, though. A cop kills a person, he's unarmed, it'll be on the news, whoopee-doo. Okay, yes, over, settled. The next day, people forgot about it practically. Literally. But a cop gets killed for whatever reason it is. He dies on the force for being, you know, just just health problems, a car accident, being shot, just whatever happens when a cop dies, the whole world has to stop for them. It's like, oh my God, we have to stop because one of our brethren died. Oh, really? Why don't you shut down the whole world when you guys kill civilians, though? You kill thousands of people every single year, and you don't stop and take a break from it. But as soon as a cop dies, the world has to stop and be like, oh, it's so sad. Well, get your fucking head out your ass for 5 minutes, and maybe you would understand something. Like, for real. That's what needs to happen. Like, they need a brain check is what they really need. It's like, dude, you can't get it both ways. You can't explain that to people, though. Really, I don't have, actually, Jay, to answer that question, I don't have a favorite auditor. I like everybody's style the way they are. Everybody's good in their own way. I can't pick favorites. I just don't. The person I started watching when I got into this, though, before I started getting into this myself, was News Now Houston. I actually was watching his stuff before I went into recording, probably about a year or so, year and a half before. Yeah, it's true there, mister. And everything else. Pretty much the same case, basically, almost, if you think about it. Ugh. Ew. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Like I said the other day, and I had a video going on for almost an hour or so, hour and 20 minutes, the other night, like three nights ago. I have no problem with Houston. I mean, what he did in the past is what was in the past. Leave the past in the past. What's going on now? Let the courts run it. Let the courts do its job. Let him figure it all out. I'm only going with the information that I seen that what was being said about his own kids was fabricated evidence. It wasn't true. Because we all know that if it was true, he would not be out on bail. He would not be able to walk free, do what he's doing, and go into his court hearings. They would lock his ass away and threw the key away for what he does. They wouldn't have gave him any slack. Because they know what they hate him. They hate all of us that record. They would never give you no special treatment. They might say that they would, but they wouldn't. They know they don't have no bullshit on him, so it's just a bunch of bullshit all the way around. People are trying to smear his name in the mud and make him look bad, make him lose subscribers and shit like that. But it's like, he probably lost a couple hundred people. I mean, he's over 100K by now, I'm assuming. You know, I'm going to check that out right now. Fuck it, let's go. Let's find out. $151,388 with 753 videos. So in my theory, he's doing good for himself. He's catching up to Black Label. Black Label's at like 170,000. The last time I seen Houston's subscribers was 99,000. And that was a couple weeks ago. That was like 2-3 weeks ago, I believe it was. Maybe longer, I don't remember. Why are we going to Brian King stream? Exactly what's going on over there? Yes, I heard about that stuff in the past. But here goes a question, though, Doug. Ask yourself this question. If a person broke into a house, say, 30 years ago, he did his time, he got out, are you automatically going to assume that he broke into another house because it happened in the neighborhood? So that's what you have to take into consideration. People want to use the past against people, but you can't always judge somebody because of their past. People can change. Like the greatest thing that I see about a person changing and everything else is yes, exactly. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. He deserves his due process just like everybody else deserves theirs. But I guess that doesn't matter to people if they don't believe in it. So just remember that for yourself. But here goes the thing, though. I'm not getting into that Doug right there about Black Label's numbers. I'm not even worrying about it. I watched his stuff for a while, so I'm not even worrying about it. I don't care about that at all. But the one thing that I will say for sure though one of the things is this guy, he did time for counterfeit money. His sentencing was 16 months back in the early 2000s. He did his time. He got out. He was out for 13 years. No speeding tickets, no parking tickets, no nothing. Never pulled over by a cop. He wasn't even ran through a database. In 13 years. 2 jobs. He works at a church, I believe, or something like that. He helps out at his church in the community. He completely changed his life around after he was caught and arrested. U.S. Marshals come to his house and arrest him because they said he didn't serve his 16 months. He served his 16 months. No, I get sex crimes are different, but here goes the thing, though. People, you can't blame somebody because of their past. Did he break the law on another sex crime in the, say, 20-some years that it's happened? Because what he did, as supposedly everybody's saying, he was 35. Now he's almost 60. That was 25 years ago. Has he done it again in the 25 years? I don't believe so. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye there, Mick. Things. Okay, is everybody there? It says I was buffing. Yeah, exactly true right there, California. Oh, yes, very, very true right there. 100%, definitely. 100% right there, though, Richard. The thing that else is funny, too, though, about the cops when they break the law and everything else? Cops would try to pull this stunt right here, which I've seen cops do it before. Oh, yeah, well, I didn't know it was a federal law. Or I didn't know that could be a crime or something. I didn't know that. It's like, wait, hold on. But what do you say to us when you tell us that we did something wrong? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Really? Yeah. Honestly, the cops are out to get anybody that records, to be honest. But they can't admit that, because that's considered retaliation. Oh, yeah, for sure, Jay. No one would ever fucking think what they do is a crime. I didn't rob that bank, sir. I just wanted to get a small loan of $1 million. Well, here goes the thing, Doug, to answer your question. Is his kids that they're claiming that has this information have already stated that it never happened. So here goes the question. Who are you going to believe? The kids or the stuff that the cops say that they have of the kids saying? It's like the kids actually went out themselves and admitted that they never said this to the police. They never mentioned it to the cops at all. So it's like, why would I believe the cops when the cops fabricate evidence all the time? Yo, what's going on, Monk Eye? What you doing, brother? Oh yeah, somebody called you out earlier today, Monk Eye. Or no, not earlier today. Yesterday, somebody called you out. Oh, the cops don't lie, really? Damn. Yeah, no, exactly. Ignorant, no excuse. But yeah, but while you're here though, Monkai, for a second, what's his face? Stalker Man says he wants you to come up to Ohio so he can beat you up. That dude Tommy Snyder, or Thomas Snyder, whatever you want to call him, Tommy Gun dude. He's gonna beat you up if you come up here because you can't hurt him. He's Mr. Super Dick. He wants to beat you up. But how you doing, man? I haven't heard from you in a while. Oh yeah, exactly, MD. They've never held a kind of. Yeah, I understand, man. No worry. I'm not saying it's oh, you need to run up here immediately and confront the dude. I'm just saying, just giving you a heads up. He was just calling you out. Yeah. Ugh. But I will be back real quick, everyone. Ugh. Oh, shit. I'm getting old. Man, my knee hurts. Yeah. Oh, he's a joke to everybody now. I finally hit his nerve, and he got really badly butthurt over the situation. Since I don't know if you seen this shit yesterday or not, but I have it on video, and I got to go through my videos one of these days, which the like 100 videos I have to find, where he literally admits in video that he fucks his own daughter. So I just keep on reminding him of what he said, and I'm the bad guy compared to him. I'm the big bad wolf now because I hurt his feelings. It's like, well, hey, if the shoe fits, wear it, buddy. I mean, you open that door, not me. You want to harass me and come after me? I'll go after you. Hardcore. I don't care. His... That's his name there, MD. Ugh. So where are you working at now anyways, my guy? Yeah. Well, here goes the thing that's funny. He claims to be the tattoo guy, but I've never seen one video of him ever doing anybody's tattoo, ever. He always shows pictures of tattoos. I mean, anybody can go online and be like, yeah, I do tattoos. Yeah, here goes the pictures. How do you know that's you, though? How do you physically know it's you doing the work? Just because it's a picture. Videos can answer 1,000 questions. And you know what he refused to ever do a video? I even said it to him before. I even said it to him actually before. I'm like, dude, you claim you're the big professional tattoo artist. You're posting all this stuff. All these people are constantly canceling on you. Why don't you show the world that you're a tattoo artist? Show your work. Put it out there. If you're such a big tattoo artist and you only schedule in appointments and you make so much money, you wouldn't take your time. Yeah, and that too. He claims to have it at a car dealership, which technically is a health code violation too. But, you know, to him, it's not a health code violation, no matter what he says. He's a fucking moron, is what he is. He'll never amount to anything. He's a 50-year-old fat fuck that has mental issues. And he doesn't think he can break the law. Nothing he does is a crime. That's the kind of person he is. Yeah, give me a second, everyone. Okay, had to plug my phone in. Oh, it's not just one person, actually. It's the whole group of them. It's every day. It doesn't matter what I do, it's every day. It's every single day that he comes out towards me or something. Every single day for about 6 months now. He can't let it rest. I would love to let it all drop. And not worry about the bullshit. Like 100%. I even gave him the ultimatum the other day. I told him, like, dude, let's squash this shit. End it all. You leave me the fuck alone and we'll just squash it all. He still refuses. He can't be the bigger man on the situation. And it's just every fucking day. So the more he does it, it's just worse for his case in the long run in the first place. I want him to keep on digging that hole deeper and deeper and stating all those threats. That he's going to come and rape me and rape my wife and beat me and put me in comas and kill my wife. Well, good for him. The more shit he says, the worse it's going to be for him in the long run. So, I'm glad he does it. I mean, he's not too smart in the head to understand that half the shit he said could get him about 20 years in prison. Oh, I've already tried to file charges against him, Jay, but the prosecutor's office won't do shit. Yeah, that's one of his other names that he uses. Oh yeah, I remember. Nah, just chilling out right now, Nick. Having a just conversation with people, just talking, type shit like that. But yeah, I remember that one. The prosecutor's office, the chief prosecutor said it's mutual conflict. It was a mutual conflict by coming to my house and booting somebody in the ribs. It's mutual conflict. But if you turn the roles around and if I would have broke his fucking kneecap, it would have been aggravated assault with intent. Really? So I'm gonna get charged with the crime, but he gets a slap. He gets told it's okay, which is a retaliation ploy that they're using. They don't care what he does. Now, prosecutors get away with too much bullshit. They do. It's disgusting. Oh yeah, he's friends with cops. He's friends with a lot of people. Oh, I'm taking care of the stuff the proper way, actually, Jay. I'm doing some research on some things. I'm filling out some paperwork. I got some stuff in the mail today that I have to fill out and send back in, and help with the that would help get this situation, the ball rolling. Because what I'm about to do, I'm going over the prosecutor's head. I'm going directly to the court system. I was looking some things up, and I can get a court order signed from. I can get a court order brought to a judge, have a case made, explain the case to a judge in Ohio, and then go from there. And then let them make a decision. And the prosecutors cannot sit there and be like, oh, well, we're not going to go forward with it. It don't matter. The judge made his decision that it's going to go forward. Not even have to go through a grand jury either. Just the judge would hear the case. They do those. And they will decide if they have the merits to push the issue. And the judge has the authority to do so. Well, I'm putting all the evidence out there. All the threats he's made, all the videos he's made of him coming after me and everything he's ever done. Everything he's done is just going to be worse for him. That's why I had to find the video when he said the fact that the worst thing that's going to screw him over, which he doesn't realize it, is he admitted to the world that he fucks his own kid. It's like, dude, You do know incest is against the law. You do know that your child is like a 9-year-old, so that's even worse for you. Oh yeah, that would give me a restraining order, and plus it would be able to be filed criminal charges against him too. And what's gonna hurt the city the most though, and shit, is one main thing. And this is my theory on this situation. Is the prosecutors are gonna get heat from this. They've had dozens of opportunities to do something about it, but they refuse to do anything. They refuse to do anything. They literally refuse to do anything about it. They will not do anything about it. They don't care. There was actually a situation, Jay, that not many people know about this one. I spoke with the chief prosecutor one time, and this is what he was going to do. This is what he was saying. He was like, how about we do this right here? How about we get a mediation set up? You, the prosecutor's office, and him. And we get it all squashed and taken care of. I told them, yes. You know what they said? Afterwards, the next day, no, we're not going to do it. Like, dude, I mean, you brought it to the attention to get it taken care of, but you refused to do so. It's like, I'm sorry, but you guys don't realize what you're doing. Oh man, that's the thing that the city doesn't realize. They knew prior before this, so if anything ever happens to me, my wife, or my kid at all, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be extremely bad. What the hell do you mean? What is my citizen? What the hell are you talking about? That is just really random, unless you're talking to someone else. Oh, honestly, I don't think they have that in Ohio anymore, to be honest. Let's see. It says, the law, it says that when a felon has been committed or there are responsible grounds to believe a felony has been committed, any person can arrest/detain the person they think is guilty of that crime until local authorities arrive. That's what it literally says for Ohio. That's what it says here. That's all it says. I didn't click on the link, so let me see if it shows anything more. Okay, here goes with the rules. Before arresting anyone, you must have a reasonable belief, or better yet, you must seen the act go down that they committed a felony. Second, you must only detain the suspect until police can relinquish an arrest warrant. This can only be done fairly quickly, usually within a matter of hours. At the start of the arrest, you must tell the detainee that you intend to detain them and why you are doing it. Fourth, you have to either transport the detainee to a court or judge that can make a determination about the act committed, or hand them over to law enforcement officers. Once at the court, you will be required to fill out an affidavit wherein you will swear under penalty of perjury that the facts present at the time of the arrest show that as a citizen arrest was justifiable. So that's what the law states here. So you can't just arrest anybody, you have to have proof of it. Not much, really. Yeah. Yeah, no phone calls, so... no, you can't arrest a cop. But see, you know something? And I hope the cops are watching my stream because they probably watch all of our streams when we do this one. I'm gonna pull a Freeman the next time a cop shows up because he knows what's happening. Next time I'm out recording and the cop wants to roll up and he wants to try to talk to me, I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like, "Hey, I'm disarming you. I'm putting the gun in the car. Okay? Then take your taser off too, and see how he reacts to that one. Because he's gonna go for that gun immediately if I walk towards him. If I walk towards him after saying that one, he will come after me with his weapon. I guarantee it." Oh, the perjury situation? Yeah, cops can commit perjury all the time. Oh yeah, they get qualified immunity over everything nowadays. You know the one thing that was really sad was I was watching this video the other day. It was I believe it was in Florida. I'm pretty sure this guy's car was broke down. He had his license to carry a firearm. He just got off of work or he was going to work, one of the two. He was on the phone with his car company. He was literally on the phone. An off-duty cop arrived on the scene, pulled his gun out, opened fire on the dude for no fucking reason. This is what he tells everybody. "Oh yes, when I arrived, I stated I was an officer. The dude, he reached for something really fast and I had to fire at him." Well, the phone call was recorded at the car company place or whatever was happening because the guy's car broke down and he was waiting for like a tow truck assistance. He never told the person he was an officer. He never said anything. He just walked up, started screaming, told him don't move, pulled his gun, and fired at him. Never announced that he was a cop. I believe that, I don't know if that was his name or not. All I know, the cop got life in prison. But it's like, if that video didn't happen, the cop would have got away with it. Because he was given a suspension with pay. They suspended him with pay. Like, dude, really? You got away with murder. Oh, I remember that one. The one at the recreation center. Now, mind you though, Richard, here goes the downside. I don't say every cop is bad, not every cop is good. But here goes the downside. I've seen those videos about that one. I used to live across the street from that place when that shooting happened. I was living literally across the street from when that happened at that recreation center. I used to go to that swimming pool all the time when I was a kid. That kid was a dumbass. He was pointing that gun at people. Now, the cop was a trigger-happy nutjob. Yes, that cop was a dumbass. He didn't give that kid time to react. He jumped out of that car and he just opened fire because he seen it as a person with a gun that was black, as my honest opinion. And he blew that kid away. It's like, I'm sorry, the cop deserves to be in prison because he jumped to the trigger too fast. Way too fast. Because I look like this much. What would happen if a person was minding their own business, a grown person, open carrying a firearm, a rifle, or a handgun, and that cop rode up? Is he going to do the same thing to them? Most likely. He didn't hesitate to kill a kid. Oh yeah, that cop was more than racist. That cop did that shit because that cop was white and that kid was black. That cop was racist and they'll never admit that to the public. That cop did it because the kid was black. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. I mean, the kid did point the gun at people. Yo, what's going on there, SJVT? Thank you for joining, man. Never seen you in one of my videos before. And shit, but yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy as hell, though. Oh yeah, they do shoot people, but see, here was the thing though, in Broken Arrow, they shot him with pepper balls. They didn't shoot him with live ammunition. I haven't seen that one yet, MD, about if they placed it after the fact and shit. But one of the things that's crazy though about the pepper ball thing is something I remember hearing, and I thought it was funny though, is they claimed that he was in a threatening manner and they used non-lethal force. Okay, let's rewind this. He had a gun, it was loaded, he was in a threatening manner, and they went to non-lethal force. Bullshit, bullshit, and more bullshit. If he was in a threatening manner with a loaded gun, they would have turned him into Swiss cheese. And would have been, oh, well, see, he was a threat, so we had to gun him down. And that's what they would have said. Exactly what they would have done and said. But I'm like, I'm confused. I'm very confused here. because you know, it's like, how is this work? But you know, but you can never explain that to them. You can never explain it to a cop. You look at a cop and it's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like this sheriff. Somebody posted this. I think it was Freeman that posted this a while back. I believe it was something that Freeman posted or somebody else posted it, and I see it on Facebook. A sheriff literally went on television and told, plain and simple, it's easier and better to kill the person when you shoot them than to injure him. And then you try to cover his ass by saying, oh yeah, see, if you shoot and injure them, we have to pay them medical expenses. No. If you shoot and injure them, and it comes to find out it was unjustifiable, and it was a mistaken identity, they can sue the living fuck out of you for millions. That's not medical expenses. They will pay their own medical expenses. Exactly too, Jay. That's why if you ever see when a cop shoots somebody, and 99% of the shooting deaths of people, they always are dead. That's why they unload into them, because they cannot sit there and let that happen. Like, I mean, that's just my honest opinion on the situation. Like, I mean, yeah, for sure, Roller. Yeah, I heard about that too, though, Richard. Hey, Transparency, I have a question for you, actually. I was curious about something. You was the one, that was recording at that one place, the other, like, what, a week ago or 2 weeks ago with the, laser light situation, right? I'm just curious, making sure that was you. So I was watching somebody live, I just can't remember if it was you. Okay, it was, I thought so. I thought that was you. Did you ever get to the bottom of that situation? Oh, okay. Because I remember I went back into the video after hearing about it to go check it out. But one of the questions I had for you, I don't know if you've seen it because there was a shit ton of people there in your stream, like almost 200, I think. How long have you been in the recording business, stuff like this? I was always curious about that. That's my wife listening to, if you can hear that, I'm surprised you actually can, because I'm in the other room and she's in the kitchen. Be honest. I'll let you guys talk for a second. Oh, damn. Oh, I thought you was in there a lot longer than that, actually. Give me 1 second. I gotta go get some ice. Oh, that sucks. Oh. Oh, shit. I mean, you got a pretty decent sized channel. I mean, what are you, you're over 100,000, ain't you? I believe in subs? Or you're probably close to it. I mean, I like your videos. I watch your stuff here and there a lot. Whenever I get the chance to watch people. I mean, it's been really hard to watching things for the last few months with the family, me, a whole bunch of other bullshit all going on. There's just so much shit going on, it's crazy. Yeah, it says 94,000, so yeah, you're damn near close to that one. Yeah, 94 something. And shit. Yo, what's going on there, Leon? What's going on, man? And shit. What kind of business do you own? I'm guessing you own your business, I'm assuming. So what kind of business is it, if you don't mind me asking? Oh. Actual that. Pretty much the same thing then, basically, that you already do. Ah, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Ugh. I see, Leon. Not sure what kind of camera that is. I'm guessing that's a good camera. I only use my phone, so I don't have any of those all fancy cameras and gadgets and shit yet. One of these days I'll get that stuff. Holy shit. Damn. Nice ass camera. Fuck. Oh shit, no, I don't want that to happen, no. No, Netflix. No. Ah. What's the zoom on that 850? Just curious. I didn't see anything on that when I was just looking at it. Yeah, but here's a question. How can I get it if I had like a video camera and shit? Would I be are those any of them kind of things that would be able to go live or do you have to have like a phone to do that shit? Because all my stuff is live. I don't know if you've ever watched much of my videos or if this is the first time you've been around, but I do everything live Because there's been times where I've heard other people, the little trolls, oh, how do we know you did this or you didn't do that? So I take that out of the equation, and I don't have the software to do editing and shit with my computer because it's garbage. So what I do is I just I go live, do what I'm doing like I do now, just have talks, or if I'm out recording somewhere. I am going to a location. I'm not going to say the location to no one. No one knows the location. I mean, no one. But I am going to a location in about 2 weeks to do some filming. The only thing is that's sad to say, there's a very high probability that I will be arrested where I'm going to be at, though. It's not on private property. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting stream. Very, very interesting. Oh, it's not even the fact of walking away under arrest type thing. They have signs at the place that basically state if you record, you're going to jail. You can't record or you go to jail, basically, is what they basically state to people. So it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but good luck with that one, because that doesn't work for me. Very unlawful to have that sign there, in my honest opinion. Yo, Leon, send a message real quick. And just say anything real quick, SJVT real quick. Want to make sure it worked, what I just did. Yep, okay. There you go, Leon. No, that's the problem. There's no statute or nothing. It basically states that you cannot record here without the judge's permission. Well, I'm out of ice, so I haven't had any more to drink since I mentioned I was already on my 6th shot. I was actually going to go get more, but the ice isn't frozen yet up. So... Yeah, actually, I believe you can. I think you have to have the paperwork from the doctor or whatever here in Ohio, Richard. They passed it most. They passed it just recently and shit. But it's getting late. My phone ain't charging much right now. It's only went up by 2% since I plugged it in about 40 minutes ago or so. So I'm gonna end the stream. Hey shit, if anything interesting happens or if anybody calls, I'll bring up another stream or something. I'm probably gonna lock the video because it's just an hour of nothing but bullshit really. Nothing really going on. So thank you guys for joining. SJVT man, thank you for joining. I put you as a mod, is why I wanted to make sure it went through and shit. And oh yeah, I know about it in Canada for sure. I have a friend I played the game with that's up there that smokes like a train going up a hill and shit. But yeah, you guys take care.